Eat these foods to melt blood clots fast. Do you know that every year, more people die from blood clots than from car accidents, breast cancer, and AIDS combined? Shocking, right? Deep vein thrombosis, DVT, and pulmonary embolism, PE, two major types of blood clots, affect millions globally. What makes these conditions even scarier is that they often strike without warning, suddenly, silently, and sometimes fatally. In fact, nearly 30% of people with undiagnosed PE die. What's worse, the early stages often show no symptoms at all. That's why prevention isn't just smart, it's essential. Many of us wait until things get out of control before we act. But with something as dangerous and silent as a blood clot, we can't afford to wait. The good news? Nature's pharmacy has some pretty powerful tools to help your body keep blood flowing smoothly. Today, we're looking into 7 foods that can naturally help your body break down clots and reduce the risk of new ones forming. These aren't magic bullets, but they're backed by solid science and can make a real difference when included as part of a healthy, consistent routine. Let's kick things off with garlic, something most of us already have in our kitchens. Garlic might be small, but its health power is anything but. For thousands of years, it's been used not just for flavor, but for healing, especially in traditional medicine systems. Before talking about its main ingredient, did you know that letting crushed garlic sit for just 10 minutes before cooking can dramatically boost its health benefits? What makes garlic truly fascinating is a compound it releases when chopped or crushed, allicin. This sulfur-containing compound is responsible for its strong smell and many of its medicinal benefits, especially its ability to prevent blood clots. When it comes to clot prevention, garlic works on multiple levels. Allicin helps reduce the stickiness of platelets in your blood. Platelets are those tiny cells that rush to seal a wound, but when they clump unnecessarily inside your vessels, they're the starting point for dangerous clots like deep vein thrombosis or even strokes. But garlic doesn't just stop platelets from clumping. It also boosts a natural process in the body called fibrinolysis. This is your body's way of breaking down clots that have already formed. In a way, garlic acts like a natural internal cleanup crew, ensuring your blood stays flowing freely. One randomized controlled trial showed that people who consumed garlic daily had significantly reduced clotting tendencies and showed better blood circulation overall. That's a big deal when you consider that over 900,000 people in the U.S. alone are affected by blood clots every year, and 1 in 4 deaths globally is related to conditions caused by thrombosis. Adding garlic into your daily routine isn't hard at all. Eating just 1 to 2 raw cloves a day is enough to gain its clot-busting benefits. The trick is to crush or chop it and let it sit for around 10 minutes before eating or cooking. This allows the enzyme alliinase to activate allicin, maximizing its effect. While it's great for most people, there are a few who need to be cautious. If you're on blood-thinning medications like warfarin or aspirin, combining them with large amounts of garlic could increase the risk of bleeding. Also, people preparing for surgery are often advised to limit garlic for this very reason. But for the average person looking to support heart health and reduce clot risk naturally, garlic is one of the simplest and most effective additions you can make to your daily diet. Next up is ginger. Did you know that something as simple as a piece of ginger could help keep your blood flowing smoothly and naturally prevent dangerous clots? While most of us reach for ginger to soothe an upset stomach or fight off a cold, this spicy root does a lot more beneath the surface. Its main active compound, gingerol, plays a powerful role in heart and blood vessel health. Gingerol works by blocking a chemical in the body called thromboxane, a substance that encourages blood platelets to stick together. When too many platelets clump, that's when clots begin to form, potentially leading to serious issues like deep vein thrombosis, strokes, or even heart attacks. By keeping those platelets from getting too sticky, ginger acts as a natural, food-based blood thinner. But here's where ginger gets even more impressive. It also fights inflammation. And inflammation is one of the lesser-known but major triggers for clot formation. When your blood vessels are inflamed, they're more likely to become damaged or narrowed, making clotting even easier. Ginger's natural anti-inflammatory properties help reduce that risk by keeping your vascular system calm and balanced. Several studies back this up. In fact, just 1 teaspoon of fresh, grated ginger a day, around 5 grams, has been shown to reduce platelet activity and improve overall blood flow in healthy individuals. It's a simple addition with a big impact. Wondering how to actually use it? It's easier than you think. Slice a thumb-sized piece of fresh ginger and steep it in hot water for a warm, circulation-boosting tea. Or toss it into your stir-fries, soups, or smoothies for a spicy kick and a health bonus. Just remember, because ginger has natural blood-thinning effects, it's important to be cautious if you're already on medications like warfarin or aspirin. In those cases, it's best to talk to your doctor before making it a daily habit. But for most people, ginger is an easy, delicious way to support better blood health, naturally and safely. Now, let's talk about turmeric. Have you ever wondered why turmeric, that bright golden spice sitting in your kitchen, has been praised for centuries in traditional medicine, and now by modern science too? At the heart of turmeric's power is curcumin, its most active compound, known for both anti-inflammatory and anticoagulant effects. Curcumin does more than just reduce swelling. It actively interferes with the body's clot-forming process. It lowers the levels of fibrinogen, a protein essential for blood clot formation, and at the same time boosts enzymes that help dissolve clots that may have already formed. That dual action makes turmeric a natural support for maintaining healthy blood circulation. What's even more fascinating is how curcumin protects the blood vessels themselves. It helps reduce oxidative stress, which can damage the inner lining of blood vessels and trigger the body's clotting response. By minimizing this damage, curcumin helps keep blood vessels flexible and open, reducing the overall risk of clot development. Clinical studies have found that people who consume turmeric regularly experience less platelet aggregation, meaning their blood is less likely to clot unnecessarily, which is crucial for preventing strokes and cardiovascular events. Now, here's a key detail many people miss. Curcumin on its own isn't absorbed well by the body. But when it's combined with black pepper, something amazing happens. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine, which can boost curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. That means a tiny pinch of pepper with your turmeric makes it far more effective. One of the simplest ways to enjoy this combo is by mixing half a teaspoon of turmeric with warm milk, also known as golden milk, or blending it into your daily smoothie. This small habit can go a long way in supporting blood health. Still, it's important to keep things balanced. If you're on blood-thinning medication like warfarin or clopidogrel, talk to your doctor before taking turmeric regularly. While it's a natural food, curcumin's powerful effects can amplify the action of these medications and increase the risk of bleeding. But for most people, especially those looking for natural ways to reduce inflammation and support circulation, turmeric is a golden ally in the kitchen and in your bloodstream. One fruit that deserves special mention is the pineapple. Did you know that your favorite tropical fruit might be doing more than just refreshing your taste buds? Pineapple, sweet and juicy as it is, hides a powerful enzyme called bromelain, an all-natural compound with serious blood health benefits. Bromelain works by breaking down fibrin, a protein that plays a central role in forming blood clots. Think of fibrin as the scaffold that supports clot formation. When it builds up too much or too fast, clots can form where they're not needed. Bromelain gently helps dismantle that scaffold, making it easier for your body to clear out unnecessary clots through a natural process called fibrinolysis. But that's not all. Bromelain is also a potent anti-inflammatory agent. It reduces swelling in the tissues and blood vessels, which is especially important because inflammation itself can trigger or worsen clot formation. When blood vessels are irritated or inflamed, the body is more likely to send out clotting signals as a defense mechanism. By calming that inflammation, bromelain lowers the odds of clotting from the inside out. Studies have shown that bromelain supplementation can reduce platelet aggregation and enhance your body's ability to dissolve clots, offering a natural way to support better blood flow. So how can you get this enzyme into your system? It's as easy and delicious as eating a cup of fresh pineapple a day. That's enough to support your body's anti-clotting activity in a gentle, natural way. It's particularly helpful for people recovering from surgery or anyone with a sedentary lifestyle that increases the risk of thrombosis. But here's an important tip. Go for fresh pineapple over canned. The bromelain content in pineapple can be significantly reduced by heat, and the canning process usually involves heating the fruit, which may deactivate this helpful enzyme. So, for maximum benefit, stick to fresh slices or freshly made juice. And while pineapple is safe for most people, if you're on blood thinners or preparing for surgery, it's always a good idea to check with your healthcare provider first, as bromelain can mildly enhance blood thinning effects. Moving on, we have fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. Did you ever think that something as simple as eating fish could help prevent life-threatening blood clots? Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, mackerel, and trout are some of the richest natural sources of omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA, compounds known for their powerful anti-inflammatory and antithrombotic actions. What makes these fats so special is how they work directly on your blood chemistry. They reduce the production of thromboxane, a substance that promotes clot formation, and they make blood platelets less sticky. That's a big deal because sticky platelets are one of the main culprits in forming clots that can block arteries or veins, potentially leading to heart attacks, strokes, or deep vein thrombosis. Long-term observational studies have consistently found that people who consume omega-3 rich diets have lower risks of cardiovascular events, including clot-related complications. One large study following middle-aged adults over several years found that those with higher blood levels of omega-3s had up to a 48% lower risk of developing dangerous clots compared to those with the lowest levels. These findings reinforce the idea that what you eat truly shapes how your body functions at a cellular level, especially when it comes to blood health. The good news is, incorporating these healthy fats into your routine is not only easy, but also delicious. Aim for 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish each week, grilled salmon for dinner, mackerel salad for lunch, or sardines on whole grain toast can all be simple and satisfying options. If you're vegetarian, vegan, or just not a fan of fish, don't worry. Omega-3 supplements derived from algae are a fantastic alternative and offer similar benefits, as they contain DHA and EPA in plant-based form. Just make sure to choose a reputable brand that tests for purity and is free from heavy metals like mercury, which can sometimes contaminate marine products. As always, balance is key. While omega-3s support healthy blood flow and reduce clot risk, excessive doses can thin the blood too much, especially if you're already on anticoagulant medications. So, it's a good idea to check with your healthcare provider before starting any new supplement regimen. But for most people, including omega-3s in their diet is a safe, smart, and science-backed way to protect their cardiovascular health and support the body's natural ability to prevent clots. Berries, especially blueberries and strawberries, are another group of clot-fighting foods. Have you ever thought of berries as more than just a sweet snack or a topping for your morning oatmeal? These colorful fruits are actually some of nature's most powerful allies in preventing blood clots. Packed with antioxidants, especially flavonoids and polyphenol, berries help your body fight oxidative stress and reduce inflammation inside blood vessels. And that matters a lot, because both oxidative stress and inflammation are major contributors to the formation of unwanted clots. When your blood vessels are inflamed or damaged by oxidative stress, they're more likely to trigger clotting responses, which can lead to serious issues like strokes or heart attacks. Flavonoids found in berries also do something even more impressive. They support and improve endothelial function. That's the technical term for how well the inner lining of your blood vessels works. A healthy endothelium helps keep blood flowing smoothly, resists clot formation, and maintains the right balance between clotting and anti-clotting factors. When that lining is healthy and flexible, it's much harder for clots to form inappropriately. Multiple studies have shown that regular berry consumption is linked to a lower risk of cardiovascular diseases, particularly those related to clotting, like strokes and coronary artery disease. Just 1 cup of mixed berries a day, whether strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries, can significantly increase your body's antioxidant defense system. And here's a cool tip. While blueberries have nearly twice the antioxidant capacity of the regular store-bought kind. So, if you have access to wild or frozen wild blueberries, they're worth adding to your routine. Toss berries into smoothies, sprinkle them on your yogurt, or even add them to salads for a colorful, clot-fighting twist. They're safe for almost everyone and especially helpful for those at higher risk of blood clots due to age, poor diet, sedentary lifestyle, or metabolic conditions like diabetes and high blood pressure. There are virtually no downsides to enjoying more berries, unless you have a specific allergy. So this is one of the tastiest and most accessible ways to support your circulation and overall heart health naturally. Last but definitely not least, let's talk about leafy greens, particularly spinach and kale. Every bite of leafy greens like spinach, kale, arugula, or beet greens delivers a surprising cardiovascular boost, thanks to their high natural nitrate content. When you eat these vegetables, your body converts those nitrates into nitric oxide, a vital molecule that helps relax blood vessels, improves blood flow, and reduces the tendency of platelets to stick together. This smooths out circulation and reduces the risk of clot formation in the arteries and veins, offering protection against serious events like strokes or heart attacks. Nitric oxide also helps maintain a flexible, responsive vascular system, which is essential for keeping blood moving freely. What makes these greens even more interesting is their vitamin K content. Vitamin K plays a complex role in the clotting process. It's essential for activating certain proteins that help the blood clot when needed, like after a cut or injury. For people not taking blood thinners, this isn't a concern. In fact, it's part of the reason leafy greens help regulate a healthy balance between clotting and anti-clotting factors in the body. However, for those on anticoagulants like warfarin, suddenly increasing or decreasing vitamin K intake can interfere with medication effectiveness. That doesn't mean greens are off limits. It just means consistency is key, and any major dietary changes should be discussed with a healthcare provider. Including 1 to 2 cups of leafy greens daily is a smart and natural way to support vascular health. The benefits go beyond blood clot prevention. These vegetables also provide fiber, folate, magnesium, and a host of antioxidants that protect the arteries from inflammation and oxidative damage. Lightly sautéing them in olive oil, blending them into smoothies, or tossing them into soups and stews makes it easy to work them into your meals without much effort. Plus, the diversity of greens available means you don't have to stick to just one. Mixing things up helps you get a broader range of nutrients. For most people, adding more greens is one of the simplest and most effective steps you can take to support circulation, balance clotting, and protect your cardiovascular system naturally. So, how can you bring all this together into a practical routine? Start small. Add a garlic clove to your salad dressing. Brew a fresh cup of ginger tea in the morning. Sprinkle turmeric into your soups and stews. Replace one meal a week with salmon and roasted veggies. Snack on a handful of berries during the day. Toss a bunch of spinach into your omelet or smoothie. And treat yourself to a few slices of juicy pineapple after lunch. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about weaving these habits into your life in a sustainable way. However, while these foods are powerful, they're not substitutes for medical treatment if you already have a clotting disorder or are on anticoagulants. It's also important to listen to your body and talk with a healthcare provider before making major dietary changes, especially if you're managing chronic conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or taking medications that affect clotting. These natural foods, when used wisely, can support your body's ability to prevent and even dissolve dangerous clots. But they're most effective when combined with an overall healthy lifestyle. Staying active, staying hydrated, managing stress, and keeping inflammation in check. Try adding these foods into your meals for just 1 week and see how you feel. Let us know in the comments which one you're excited to try first. And remember, small changes can lead to big transformations over time. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more health tips. Stay healthy, and see you in the next video.